With a dent pad, you can remove 99.95% of dirt and debris with just water alone. If I've got 10 rooms to clean for the day, here's my 10 pad fill line. This is how much water I'm going to use for my entire shift. I don't have to go back in and dump water and clean it. And water is a huge cost in facilities that a lot of users or housekeepers or maintenance people don't pay attention to because they don't see the bill. The owner typically sees that bill and just pays it. But if we can show them the significant water cost savings, if they're filling this bucket to here, that's all the water they'll need for the entire shift. The other thing is chemical. Because microfiber removes 99.95% of dirt and debris with just water alone, I don't have to put chemical in the bucket at all. Some people are afraid of that, but if you look at it, the CDC does not require that you use chemical on floors. And here's why: if I put a chemical on the floor and then I walk on it, which is what you do on floors, what happens to that chemical? It's now on my shoes. It's not. It was pointless to actually clean with that chemical. So the only time you have to use a chemical in a facility is when you're disinfecting something. So for that resident that has MRSA or our Ebola patient, which should be in a hospital, not in our nursing home. But that's the only time you want to use you have to use a chemical, and you normally want to use a disinfectant at that point. But you can even take a neutral pH cleaner, which is something that most hard floor manufacturers are completely okay with. A neutral pH cleaner, put just a little bit in the bucket. Now you're controlling water costs, you're controlling chemical costs, because before they were just dumping as much chemical as they could in that bucket multiple times per day. Now they're just doing it once per day. It's well distributed throughout the bucket. You've got your 10 pads in there. You can go in and get one clean and then take it off and go to the next one. So microfiber is a great solution. It's a lot more affordable when you look at the big picture. There is some upfront cost, but once they have it in the facility, it's significantly cheaper than going in and mopping on a regular basis.
Is that magnetized?
No, it's a Velcro strip on the
Oh,
bottom.
okay.
And it's back to then just clean and normal wash.
Yeah, so you want to wash the microfiber separate from everything else, but what a facility will normally do is just have loads of microfiber that they do on a regular basis. Final pieces of equipment I'll quickly talk about are wide area scrubbers. Again, you want to talk about cutting down the time involved with cleaning floors. Mopping floors, hard surfaces in the building is another thing they should be doing on a daily basis, especially if they have these laminate floors, which are becoming more and more popular in facilities because they're designed to be very low maintenance. If you use a scrubber to clean them, like this machine here, especially in those areas that have a very large hallway or very large dining halls, I can do a job pretty quickly with a machine like this. If I've got wider areas that I need to clean, I certainly want to have one of these. At minimum, I want to have the more compact version of a scrubber in my building, which is like this machine in the back over here. Kind of hard to see, but it's a compact machine. It will allow you to get in a lot of tight spaces around the building. I like the fact that this handle bends and folds in a lot of different places, so if you've got to get under tables or around different surfaces, or think about that commercial kitchen where you're cleaning and scrubbing grease off the floor, you want to have one of these dedicated to that surface. So they should be scrubbing those floors on a daily basis if they don't have something in the building to do that. If you notice that, that's something you want to bring up to them in the facilities. Great product. It's like a mopping bucket on steroids. It's going to aggressively mop the floor, a lot more aggressive than you could be if you were doing it with a traditional mop. And then it's going to also dry the floor as you walk across that surface. So,
We are right at 10, so I know a couple people do it.
and that's all I have. Yes. Any other questions?
What was the